So I got to ask what I think about Governor Newsome versus Trump, LA, and the whole nine. Um, he basically, this is his hat into the political party. That's what this is right now. More or less, he's gonna have to run for office with this. Obviously, it's putting him in a position where he has to take control of the matter. Now, he didn't came out and said that he don't care if he gets arrested. He said, "Come and get me." Obviously, Trump is grandstanding. He's trying to offset the Epstein thing and everything that happened with Elon Musk. So when he sent the National Guards in, which they didn't sign up for this, they signed up to serve and protect, not for no foolishness, not for something that really didn't merit all that. But like Newsom pointed out about the insurrection, that was way more extreme and done on purpose than this. You know, Trump's mental capacity is always questionable, but his antics and his tactics is always the same. If I cause enough chaos and mischief and mayhem, you won't really ask questions about the real problems that are in the room, the real elephant that's in the room, because it has a purpose to do things to distract you. That's what his agenda is about. That's his whole incentive. Get you to look at the stoplight why it will stay on yellow and it doesn't go red and it doesn't go green, just keeps you kind of froze, like Simon says. That's his whole status. It's not about rights and wrongs. It's about trying to get you to kind of just be caught in a trance and look at the what's going on as opposed to what the real big pictures is. Like the problems with how people economically are being affected economically, psychologically, spiritually, and everything. But if I get you distracted, you get looked around. Now, Governor Newsom, as I always said, he reminded me of an extra on the old TV show Happy Days. All cool for school. Like he was like a guy who would have been a wannabe actor that didn't quite get that role, but he got that leading man for TV. You just can't put your finger on what TV show he was on, but you just feel like late 70s, early 80s, he was that, you know. Seen him in Tiger Beaters, Teen Machine, one of them magazines. But I'm going to tell you something. All the slick backness and all the cool, you got to speak on something. Now, I look at him suspect, but the whole thing with reparations, because he could have done a lot more, like initiating, and a lot more other things he can do and speak out on. But see, this here, he comes out and says, "Well, we will, you know, prosecute to the fullest extent of the law with something." Well, see, first of all, I don't condone to be messing people's businesses up just for the sake that you can, that you do, because that's just some eagerish and that's some thuggerish and some stuff that don't have no place. However, understandable, people are meant to be part in fear and scare because of Trump's antics and tactics. And what he's doing is trying to see if you got any heart. See, I'll tell you something. A Trump supporter who I know by the name of Mike Tyson will say, everybody can give a punch, but can they take one? This is what he's basically doing. What he's basically doing is putting Newsom in a position to see if he can counter. Who gonna stand up to big bad bully Trump? Who gonna stand up and say enough of this foolishness? You're in our jurisdiction. You don't have that kind of sway and say to be wrecking our state and our places. That's what's up at stake right here. See, who's gonna come back to the bully and say, not this time. I'm not Mike Pence. I got something to say. I got a spine. I'm gonna stand for what I believe in. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go after Mike Pence because he sold himself out and he didn't stand up against that turkey, and that's one of the reasons why all that stuff to happen, and he still didn't do it because they got afraid of Trump. Why are they afraid of somebody who got convicted and broke laws and does all kinds of things and isn't working for the good of man and has an agenda which has nothing to do with balance and fairness, but loves to create chaos, decision, and tension, and has no humbleness, has a cold-blooded mindset, finds fault with everything, and tries to distract you. So, Governor Newsom, you are on the clock. You are being, streets is watching what you're going to do, what you're going to say. Because how you operate plays a big part for a whole lot of people. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You might be, just how you handle this will go a long way if how people go behind one way or the other. But I tell all the time, don't believe in none of these parties because they all corrupt. And they don't, like I said, without giving no reparations and 40 acres and a mule, an apology for slavery, etc. It's all tied to it. This is all a takeover. This is all part Oh, like I said, what you gonna find out about the book of Revelations? People is into an agenda, which is man-made created evil, which is about destruction and destroying, and it has no balance and options for people. It just uses a scene. And the sad part is that people get hoodwinked to thinking that, hey, this and that. Because unless you stand for something, you go for anything. So unless someone really opposes what he's about, stand on game, stand on code. I'm not saying that Governor Newsom got to somehow turn and morph into Nelson Mandela, but then again, I would be very surprised you won't ever see someone who would be willing to give up their freedom for what they believed in for the betterment of the country and the people. But it sure is a high time that you got off your high horse and say, look, he can't bully me. Because that's all it is about. And as far as the people who with the whole thing that's going on, well, you were dumb enough to vote for him, so you play dumb games, you win stupid prizes. No one told y'all, because a lot of times with these folks who now looking for black folks for support and stuff like that, they didn't want to listen. They thought, oh, because they had a racist agenda, because it was being spread to say divide to conquer, divide, divide. You don't look like him, you don't fit him, and he don't have no nothing use for you. So he's showing you what he made of. So let's see what Newsom gonna do, what anybody gonna do, because bottom line is it's the people who make the country. Not some turkey who wants to be a dictator and somebody wants to sit up there and wave their finger and act like they that deep. Because we know Trump ain't no deeper than an old Jerry Springer final thought. And that's still more deeper than Jerry been gone for a minute, okay? Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another shit if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm at one time. Peace.